back.
I mean,
Bringing it back. And a monster home run hit to a place I've never seen hit.
what, hit this popping?
Who would have thought hip hop would have made it this far?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Rob Duran Podcast. I'm here with the fellas. Fellas, what's going on, man?
What up, B? What up? We got some hype shit to talk about today. Love it, been waiting on it. I'm good. I'm chilling. I got energy. I got a haircut.
I know it's looking fresh. I was about to say that to you.
Appreciate you, B. Putting everyone on high alert right there.
Nah, I'm doing good too, fellas. It's good to be back. Did y'all catch that fight?
Claro.
So that was, I caught that shit. But I was all up in there.
Yeah, man. I wish I would have picked correctly, but you guys, y'all beat me to it. Yeah, y'all did that reverse psychology and it worked.
But you know what's funny? Roberto made a decision based off what you and I said. That means that during the episode, all the way up until you made your choice, you were backing up.
I did back up. I backed up OD. I chickened out.
You felt victim to what popular opinion would have been, B.
I think so. I think so. And honestly, Crawford I knew Crawford was special, but this, there's levels of special. Like his legacy was already solidified, but I mean, this just puts him in that Mount Rushmore conversation.
It does. To me, he would be top 4. Sugar still got that top spot for me. I don't think anybody would be able to dethrone him pound for pound. But Terrence is up there, B.
And people give Canelo credit for his IQ, but man, Crawford's IQ in this fight was special, man. Special, man. He's a puzzle that I don't know, man. It's one of those things. I'm not gonna pick against him ever again if he continues to fight. He could fight against freaking Usyk. I don't care. Like I'm going with Crawford.
You said that. I thought that was blasphemous when you said that. But the fact is that if he's confident he's gonna win, I think it's still difficult to go against Crawford.
If Crawford says he's gonna win, I believe him.
You bet in the house on him?
I'm not betting against him. I'll tell you that.
I hear you. That man's a dog. He made history, B.
DAWG. Dog.
He feuded in 3 weight classes, and he came up to fight the undisputed champion straight up without a tune-up fight at 160. He just skipped over 160. He was like, I'm not even interested. I saw everything I had to see. No catch weight, no nothing. History.
That was special.
I do want to mention something. My father-in-law, huge fan of the show, probably our biggest fan. I'm not even gonna front.
Love that guy.
My man was talking some trash about Crawford's performance, even with the win. Talking about Crawford was running all fight and all this stuff. So I wanted to I know I sent y'all the voice notes and I said, yo, hold off on the responses until we record because he's waiting for this.
Look. I know he's watching it. I love that guy. That guy always keeps me laughing, always great spirit. But old days probably get into this man, B. I don't know if he was really watching the fight. This is my guy, and I don't want him to, Oye, se te ama de gratis, pero ¿quién estaba corriendo? Explícame.
Yeah.
Yo, Crawford stood in there. Crawford took a couple hits from Canelo.
He did.
He just outboxed him. And when you boxing, you're not here to get hit. Boxing is the heart of hitting and not getting hit.
Right.
Wasn't running. Like, I've seen people run. Shakur Stevenson was running for a lot up until like that last fight he had. But Crawford didn't run, B. He stood in there and withstood hits from somebody that a lot of people be like, yo, he has too much power.
Yep, that he's too dangerous and all of that stuff. And he was for the most part, he was in the pocket, or either that, or he even he did like a phone booth style in the middle in the
After
middle
the
of the
second, after the
fight.
6th round, he was
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, and shout out to Billy because Billy he predicted this like the whole fight, round by round. He gave me like
When
a
he was
full
telling me,
prediction.
he was bringing his ass
Shout
to
out
the
to
kitchen.
everyone that slid on my DMs, man. They were everybody wanted to smoke with me. Like, oh, this is gonna happen. Blah, blah. I love that. I love that. But yeah, Billy called it perfectly. So shout out to him.
What do you guys think is next for Canelo? Do you think he hangs it up or he got something else in the books?
I think if I'm not mistaken, he still has like two more fights with Turkey in his contract. So I don't think he's gonna take any more. I think Crawford's gonna be the most dangerous fight. I think
He
he's
ain't
just gonna
fighting
have
Brock.
2 money grabs. I don't think he's gonna fight Benavidez.
Nope.
Uh, I don't even want to see that fight right now, to be honest. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Canelo is not gonna take a big risk. I think he's gonna just do a couple. He's gonna fight some good, solid fighters with a good record, maybe a good following, but I do not see Canelo competing like to be that top guy again.
And he doesn't have to. He's done what he did. He doesn't really have to chase anything else. I think that
Yeah.
the only thing, if he's bold enough to do it, like Crawford again, but I don't even think it's gonna be. We already saw the styles make fights. That's the
100%.
style that Crawford had. He was like, I couldn't even figure it out. There's a man that has had over 70 fights in his career. In the
100%.
pros, not counting the amateurs, that figures everybody out by the second, third round. He already knows what you're about, and he times you and everything like that. He said I couldn't figure him out, and that's because Crawford kept switching side to side, and he was like, they go in the pocket. He gave him different looks throughout the entire fight. You look at that, Crawford really fought like 4 or 5 different styles, and
Yeah,
each one of them it got more dangerous as the fight went on.
yeah, that IQ that you guys mentioned he has was on full display.
And that
Like,
dog,
yeah,
when he felt that hit, what people aren't getting, when that meme that's with Canelo like looking like this, that people are like making fun of, you need to see the setup.
yeah,
You need to see the setup that led to that. That was an amazing counterpunch. The reason why Canelo had to stagger back is because of the setup. The setup was insane. It started like 3 punches before that. So I watched the fight over again, and that shit just stood out because that counterpunch, and that's what we were talking about. If Terence Crawford shows up as Terence Crawford, this is how he fights people. That's what he does. He picks you up, he figures you out, and he picks you apart.
He counters anything. Like he picks up on your patterns, and he just finds a perfect counter for that.
What he did was he pinned Canelo's glove down. So Canelo, I think he threw a punch that pinned his glove down and he hit him. And that's why Canelo couldn't bring the hand up to essentially carry that punch. He caught his punch with his left, brought it down with the right, and then he swung on him with that up. I think it was an uppercut. It was a beautiful setup, but it's understanding twitch muscles. And every time Canelo would throw, Canelo had to lean back because the speed was just too much, B.
Yeah, and shout out to his team. They had a great game plan.
Perfect game plan, bro. And everything translated. His power, his speed, everything translated. He looked like a natural. He looked like a 160 pounder that could compete at 168 very easily.
Yeah,
And he got one of the top dog there so he could run that division, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's where I see him. I see him probably going back down to 160 and probably dominating that division.
I think he'll go down to 160
until he decides to hang it up.
Yeah.
Speaking of dominating that division, I'm going to segue out of boxing and I'm going to translate into my sport that I know for sure I'm watching, especially starting tomorrow.
I'm doing this.
Major League Baseball, bro. The divisions are on fire. Wildcard races on fire. Teams on fire. Teams ice cold. Players doing historic things. Yo, I'm gonna give y'all the floor for a little bit before I jump into the lab. So give me your thoughts now, because for the next 10 minutes is mine.
Look, man, I'm just glad that the Yankees have actually uh shortened the lead, the Toronto Blue Jays lead on that division. They're only 2 games back now. We're recording this Monday, the 22nd September.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, that's the thing that I've been happy about. They need to do good in these last 2 series. Probably at least win 6 out of these next 7 games. Probably, I would say, to kind of have a shot at winning that division. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. They got a big one last night, I believe, right? Ben Rice with the grand slam in the 10th. Shout out to one of the Dominicano Ben Arro.
Arroz.
And nah, yeah, man, I like what I'm seeing from the team. Do I trust them? I have to see. They gotta have to show me, But I'm I've been worse. It could be a lot worse.
And I'll tell you this. I appreciate what Cesar said. I second everything he just said right there. The Yankees have been the best team in baseball the last 40 games. They have the best record in baseball the last 40 games. What angers me is that they commit these small ass errors. And in the playoffs, when you're playing against the top teams in the league, these errors can amount, just like we saw in the World Series last year. A fifth inning, the Yankees, technically speaking, they dominated the Dodgers. If you go by how many innings we were up and we were dominating, but it takes an error in the fifth inning from our best player. And then, a lot of us just want to throw them away. Oh, we couldn't be in that position without him. Fact of the matter is this: that guy he repeats the same season now, and I feel like as long as the team is going to go as far as he goes, but you still need those people. You still can't have like these little lapses on defense. Like Volpe, you can have a runner. You have 2 outs. You have a runner that's on first, and you elect to field the ball and throw a second when you know that runner's running probably with a head start and is going there. Take the shirt out at first, make that long throw, and play fundamentally sound. It's little things like that. Taking your eye off the ball when you're gonna catch and stuff like that. Um, I'm happy with the team that we have. There's some people out there. It's like I don't want to see the Mariners and this. I want to see whoever. If there's a team we can't beat, then I don't want to win the World Series. I want to go through everybody because we are the Yankees. We have our little brother over there that's out of the playoffs now. Juan Soto gets to enjoy time with his family. So good luck to you, man. I'm really happy you made your decision. Glad you got your 860 million. And we're gonna be in the playoffs. You're gonna be able to watch us. So that team would have been very different with him. We have Giancarlo Stanton, Roberto Duran. That man he's all about Big G. So I think we're in good hands. The next 7 games that we have, I think they're all winnable. But like Cesar said, I feel like 6 out of 7 would get us there to have a chance. Anything below that, because the Blue Jays, they have a tougher schedule. We have Boston and we went over some of the Rays. So like they have a tougher last few games, but I feel like they're winning the first one. They're facing the Royals. They're winning that game. And let's see how it goes from then on. The Yankees got to stay on that hot streak, make it through. And like you said, we have hot teams, cold teams. We have big collapses like the Tigers. The Astros just got swept. Like there's a lot of teams that are up and down, and the Yankees just so happen to heat up at the right time. And I hope they keep this momentum going into the playoffs. Because for 40 games at the end of the season to have the best record in baseball, I think that's good. It's extremely good. They're gonna have ups and downs throughout the season. So it's better to get your slump out of the way when it doesn't matter as much. Now y'all fighting for a playoff spot, get this playoff spot. Get to these teams, understand. Y'all got to the World Series last year. We lost a big piece, but we still got a great team. We picked up 3 valuable players that have been helping us out a lot. And we got this shit as long as we stay poised and in control.
Yeah, and going into even if the Yankees don't win the division, going into the wild card round with Fried and Rodon, the way they've been pitching at the top of that rotation with Cole being out, I don't know if you guys have seen that Fried can win. I think he's on pace to win 19, 20 games if he wins his next start. Rodon has been lights out, especially in the clutch lately. So those 2 guys, game 1 and 2, I feel really good about. And then we have games 3. You can put in Heel, you can put in Schlittler, who has been a surprise. You throw Warren in the bullpen, who I think will be extremely effective in the bullpen, even as a starter. Transitioning him into a 1 to 2 inning role, I think he'll be lights out in there. But yeah, I think the Yankees are in prime position right now. They have strength of schedule. They seem to be getting like their base running, and all those little mistakes that Irv mentioned. You're seeing them slowly correct this stuff. Volpe is actually, I said in the last episode, I still kind of believe in the dude. He's been showing his flashes that we saw last fall. You know, he got his few days off. He's hitting the ball a lot better. Mechanically, he looks much more sound, which I'm happy to see. I do think that Boone is making the right choices, though, and doing a semi-platoon with him and Caballeros, though, because, frankly, Jose Caballero is a freaking beast on the bases. He's a wizard defensively. He can play all over the infield. He can play some outfield. But having him in the lineup makes a huge difference. Jazz is heating up. He got his 30-30 season out the way. Bellinger has just been clutch against righties, lefties, doesn't matter. So the Yankees are in a good position. I'm happy about that. And their bullpen hasn't been lights out the way we've seen it all season. So there's still another gear that these Yankees can take. But Devin Williams has been pitching much better, which has been a sigh of relief, I think. Along with Bednar, we need Luke Weaver to kind of right the ship a little bit so we can really lock down that 6 to 9 innings. But that's all I got on the Yankees. They're a must win these last series.
I'm glad you brought up Jazz because Jazz, I think his contract is up. See if the Yankees sign him again. And if the Yankees don't sign him, that's going to piss me off because 30-30, even though people, they fantasize about 40-40 and so he just did 50-50. A stat I just read, do you know how many players have had a 30-30 season in the history of Major League Baseball? I'm going to spoil it for you. 49. There have only been 49 players, including Jazz, with a 30-30 season. That is a crazy stat because to me, I thought it was much higher than 49 players because people don't talk about it. People don't mention how 30-30. It's always the 40-40 club. We forget about that 30-30, and that is huge. A stolen base means you're in scoring position. It means a single could drive you home. That is huge, B. So shout out to Jazz, and I hope the Yankees do what they're supposed to do and sign this man long term because he's young too, right? I mean, like,
yeah, he's in his 20. I think he's like 27, maybe.
Yeah, like I thought it was 28, but yeah. So sign this man. Let's get our 30-30 consistent man for the next 5, 6, 7 years, and let's keep building on this. So shout out to Jazz.
And he's arguably, I mean, other than Ketel Marte, he's the only one you can argue is better than Jazz at second base. That's it. That conversation stops there. There's nobody else in that conversation for top second baseman.
And he likes being in New York too.
He loves it, bro. He fits there. He's perfect there.
100%.
He missed a month too, right?
Yes.
This guy's very well a 40-40 machine, and we're just getting like scraps because we got him half the season last season, and he missed a good chunk this season, and he still dropped to 30-30. Like, I think over the span of 162 games, he has like 40-something home runs.
Yeah.
So he's consistent. Dude.
You think Altuve is washed?
I don't think he's washed, but they moved him into the outfield. So he's more of a left fielder now. But I still think even if he was a second baseman, I still put Jazz ahead of him right now.
He was playing second the other day. So I was watching that Mariners game. You know, maybe the other second baseman is injured. I don't know.
That's why
that's the second time the Mariners come up. Speaking of the Mariners,
the Mariners
they got
are fire.
They are. I would still not be afraid to see them. It doesn't matter. I want them to go through them if they have to. But
they got a dump truck. By the way,
big dumper is what our guy Tom Wiz called it, the big dumper.
No, that's his nickname.
Bro, I saw him walk up to the plate, and like the way they were showcasing him, he was walking up to the plate. They were like had the music playing, zooming in on him. I was like, "Yo, ese tigre va a pegar un palo a esa bola." And they pitched to him right down the middle, bro. Right down the middle. Yo pensaba que le was like, God, that was like movie made. right there when that happened, son, I was like, yo, what aura? And my boy Ty was like, oh, he's a huge Seattle Mariners fan, but he a little, right, my opinion. But that's a solid team, bro. He's having such a solid season.
Yeah, and they're deep too in the lineup, man. I think this might be their deepest lineup that I can remember since a long time ago.
In quite a while, I would say. And then their pitching is always elite, which has always been the strength of their team the last few years. So having the offense to really balance that out, that'll play well in the postseason.
Exactly. That's a scary team.
But like Irvin said, I'm not scared of them.
No, yeah. We want the smoke. But...
I'll take all the smoke this year. I got my opinions on playoff teams, but I'm going to hold that till we get into the playoffs.
Okay,
but
okay.
I want all the smoke.
I appreciate you, man. and I can't wait till you go off on the playoff picture. Because right now, I feel like the playoff picture is so it can go anywhere. It can go in any direction. And that's what's making me excited about the fact there's only 7 games left, and it can go in any direction for multiple divisions, multiple teams. It's insane right now.
It's chaotic, bro. And the series that I'm looking at right now is Tigers and Cleveland. They're one game apart, and they're facing each other right now, and starting tomorrow.
The Tigers were 9-10 games ahead of these dudes like 9 games ago.
Yes. And then Cleveland wins 10 in a row. They lost one, so they're 9-1 in the last 10 now. But, bro, first of all, Cleveland has the most anemic offense I've ever seen in my life for a team that's in playoff contention. And this has gone back years. Their offense is just garbage. But somehow they figure out things to win, and then they get into the playoffs and they blow up and they suck. But the fact that they're in this race at this point right now is crazy to me. Because offensively, they're so outside of Jose Ramirez, really. Like they're nothing. But they're there, which is the beauty of the sport.
Hey, it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to slump at the end when you have a 10-game lead against your division rivals. They're about to kick you off the playoffs with the most anemic offense that Rob Duran has ever seen. you don't want to get caught slumping in that time, B. It don't make no sense.
What do you think? I'm thinking of the Tigers' collapse. I'm thinking of where the Mets should be and where they are. I'm thinking about the Astros, Seattle, in that run, because Seattle has won 14 of the last 15. What do you think would be the biggest disappointment? Detroit missing out, the Mets missing out, Houston somehow dropping out.
Didn't we all have the Mets making the playoffs? That would be the biggest disappointment. And not just because I'm from New York, but you have Lindor, you have Pete Alonso, you have Juan Soto, who was such a big acquisition, and the fact that the Yankees couldn't retain him.
Who, by the way, Soto's, I don't know if people know, I know people were like crapping on Soto at the beginning of the season. He's having the most historic season too for his type of player. Like this dude is having a great season.
He's having a great season, but they didn't bring you in there to take walks. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're down 2-3 runs, they're not expecting you to just take a walk. Don't get me wrong. A walk is better than a strikeout, better than just being out. But you have all this contact, you know, strike zone better than anybody. Sometimes, you got to be like, it's the 8th inning is my last at bat. We down 2 runs. I'm gonna have to swing, and I gotta make something happen. And that's why you're there, to make shit happen. You're not there to walk and allow the next person to make something happen. And even though it's a team sport, in baseball, you can't carry a team by yourself, but you need to be able to rally your guys. And you getting on base is not like that. What I do find impressive is that he gets on base and he's stealing bases too. Like, he's not just staying there. In New York, he wasn't doing that, if I'm not mistaken. But now, he's quietly stealing. I think he has like 30 stolen bases. Something like that. And a lot of it has to do with he'll take off on a breaking ball and he'll make it easily into second base, easily, and that he's in scoring position. The issue is that you're the guy that's supposed to be bringing that guy in, and you're taking all these extra walks that you don't have to take all of them. Sometimes you're taking pitches right down the middle. Sometimes you're taking pitches in your hot zone, which his hot zone is like 7 out of the 9 spots you can throw it into there. Like, he has no cold zones. So to me, he's having a historic season. Great for him, but the Mets should have been, and they were a hot team in baseball when it first started.
There
So
was a
the
lot
Mets
of
should have
chatter
been,
about the Mets being big bro.
yeah, a lot of it. A lot of it. That's why I'm talking a little bit of my shit, but
I don't remember who tweeted. It was a random Mets fan on X/Twitter, whatever, saying that they're coping right now. A lot of Mets fans are coping right now with the fact that they're out of the playoff picture, saying people are forgetting this was a development year. Let me tell you something. When you spend $800 million on a player, that's not a development year. That's an
no.
open window win now. When you make the moves you made at the trade deadline to acquire 2 closers for the back end of your bullpen, that's not a development year. I don't want to hear any excuses or coping or anything like that. The Mets went all in. The moment you signed Soto, you went all in. The moment you brought back Pete Alonso, you went all in. Because you could have signed Soto and let Alonso walk and then figure out first base at next year. You re-signed him. I'm just saying. I don't want to hear any coping.
Yeah, they made it to the LCS last year. I felt like they had a great team on paper. I thought that they should have been better now that they signed Juan Soto. And but I think I would have to agree with you there.
They gambled on their pitching.
That's probably the biggest disappointment from those teams you mentioned.
They gambled on their pitching staff they gambled on pitching with Clay Holmes converting to a starter, Frankie Montas, who hasn't been healthy in like 27 years. He's just stealing money at this point from organizations, and that's just it's staples and tape in their rotation. I said at the beginning of the season too, they're gonna go as far as their rotation takes them, but here we are.
You did say that. I was just about to mention that you mentioned that the rotation was suspect, but even with the rotation like that, we still believe that they would be able to make that noise, and they were hot, and it's disappointing. I think that the reason why the teams you mentioned stand out is because, I mean, one is the Astros and two the Tigers. You asked us this question 15 days ago, you're like, it's a lock for the Tigers.
Yeah.
You're not going to think that Cleveland is going to come back and they'll be within a game, and you don't think that. So it's a crazy ass collapse. But if you're talking about the entirety of the season, like, did you expect the Mets not to make the playoffs? To me, they would have had this shit signed, sealed, delivered 15 games ago with the way they were going, 20 games ago with the way they were going.
Yeah, we had them giving the Dodgers trouble.
Yeah, they're eliminated with 6, 7 games left. And, the Yankees went through a slump, crazy slump. They looked like they were going to be out of the picture, and then they came back gradually. But I believe that there was at one point, I don't know if it was a recorded episode, but I'm always mentioning how they end up slumping, and then I'd rather them get the slump out the way, middle of summer. Come back, and once August hits, half of August, turn it up. And like, I got spoiled because that's essentially CC would be doing that. Yeah. August, CC would become a workhorse, and you'll see that man every start giving you 8, 9, 7 innings, 7.5, 7 2/3. And to me, like, I got spoiled watching CC Sabathia just be a dog after the All-Star game, just like straight up be like, you know what, these next 20 starts, yeah, I'm gonna give you a chance to win every one of these games. And I feel like that's what I'm used to. I'm used to dogs coming out. So that's why bring the smoke with anybody. I don't give a damn. We got the MVP anyway.
Speaking of that, let's talk AL MVP, please.
I got a lot to say about this shit. I was talking about it to Ty yesterday.
Because this is a conversation that has to be had.
To me, I'm gonna say this. If you, every 100 at-bats, what you're telling me is that every 100 at-bats, I'm getting, because I think Cal Riley's, because it's between him and Aaron Judge. But Aaron Judge is batting 230, my man, with 50 home runs. Cal Raleigh's batting 240. I can't just discard that. And Ty Wiz brought up a lot of points. You know, it's the catcher. He has to be in tune with every pitcher there. He controls a lot of things. He's still hitting 60 home runs, but I can't think of a batting average at 240 and justify that every 10 at bats, my guy's getting one more at bat, one more hit than yours is. Every 10 at bats. That's a whole hit. That can change anything. Would the Mariners be without Cal Raleigh? Nah, they wouldn't be. But neither would the Yankees. And so, is it history? Do I think he's going to get it because it's history? It's a catcher doing this and everything like that. Yeah, the storyline sounds good. It's also voters fatigue because Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. But when you got a guy that plays the field every day, I don't care the position. He plays the field every day. He leads his team. He is the captain. He has 50-plus home runs, and he's hitting 330. You know what? I'm going to give you another fun stat. You know how many players are currently hitting above 300 in this stupid-ass analytics era that we're in?
I think after Judge, maybe one more.
It's 8 total in the league. In the league, it's 8 totals of Major League Baseball players. And another fun stat I will point out, out of the players that have 40-plus home runs, he has the lowest batting average. If he was at 260, 270, I'd be more inclined. But 240 is just crazy, B. For me, it's crazy. So Aaron Judge is, in my opinion, the MVP.
I think you hit it right there. It's voters fatigue. Aaron Judge has been this great. And mind you, he's leveled up this year because he's going to win a batting title, which was the big thing with him not winning the 2017 MVP with Altuve. It was Altuve won the batting title. So what I'm seeing now is inconsistencies for the sake of not giving Aaron Judge the MVP. And I'm being completely unbiased here. Everyone knows we're Yankee fans, all this stuff. 100%. Completely unbiased here. This is straight baseball talk. It's not Yankees versus anybody. I think it is voters fatigue. I think media has gotten too used to seeing Aaron Judge doing this. It's like, okay, he's going to do it again next year. We got to give it to the guy who's surprising us now. So Cal Raleigh's going to win MVP. I don't think it's a surprise. I don't think anyone should be upset about it. It's going to happen. It is what it is. Yeah, he's having a great season. But not hating on him, he has the most home runs by a catcher ever. But he's not having the best season by a catcher ever. Because knock on the door, Mike Piazza in 1997 were like a word. My man hit 362, 40-something home runs, 124 RBI. Like, this dude had the highest OPS ever for a catcher. Ever.
And that's who we should be. If you're talking about, he's a catcher, this is what you should level it off with. I'm going to hit 362, 40-something home runs. Like, consistently contributing to the offense.
Yes.
Night in and night out.
And I think this voter fatigue stuff, the reason why it bothers me so much is because every 3 days, or maybe every 2 days, it's a Shohei Ohtani post on MLB.com.
Let's say that.
So for me, if we're not going to have voter fatigue off Shohei doing something and creating these like stat lines for Shohei of first player ever, 50 home runs, 50 strikeouts, congratulations. That's great. Shohei is an all-timer. I've said it for years that the MLB has to focus on promoting Shohei and all these other players a lot more, marketing them like crazy. I'm all for it. But if we're not going to have fatigue for Shohei and the made-up stuff that you guys are putting out there for him, we can't have voters fatigue for Aaron Judge and the stuff that he's literally doing historically, having Bonds-like seasons, doing it clean, like 100% clean. There's no argument there that he's a clean player.
And let's go back to
this consistently.
I think marketing plays a big factor because what market does Shohei Ohtani appeal to, and where's that at, and what's really big over there? So I'm certain that they keep pushing that agenda, so because they want to make it work, and that's great. Like you said, market all the players. But if it doesn't exist with him, like everything you said is spot on, B. And I feel like it's extremely biased at that point, and it's gonna happen that way. Shohei's gonna win another MVP.
Yeah.
So they can sell MVP jerseys out in Japan, and everything's gonna be like that. And it's gonna bring in more money, and Cal Raleigh's gonna have the MVP as well because all historic season, all this other stuff. So
The only thing I ask for is consistency.
that's
Like
all.
I said,
That's all.
I'm not mad if Raleigh wins. I know he's gonna win it. It's a foregone conclusion. It was a conclusion. The moment Aaron Judge went down for those 10 games, I knew
They
that was
took
it.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the media was like, "Oh, wait, let's take advantage of this right now." I just want consistency. That's all.
And again,
Consistency across the board because the last few MVPs have been all about who has the higher WAR, whether it's F WAR, B WAR, doesn't matter to me. Who has the higher OPS, OPS plus, all this stuff. Aaron Judge clears.
Speaking of WAR and OPS, could you explain it to the casuals out there what these terms are?
Yeah, my bad. So WAR, I wrote it down to make it simple too. So WAR is wins above replacement, and is basically what a player is worth compared to a replacement level player of that position and all that stuff, just to kind of balance that out. OPS is on base plus slugging, and then OPS plus is the same thing, on base plus slugging, but it factors in like ballpark advantages. So the best example I can give is like Coors Field is a hitter's dream because it's the elevation, all that stuff. The ball just flies off the bat there. So they kind of balance that out to make it even between your stats at Coors compared to your stats at like Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, whatever the case may be.
Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, man, I just want consistency across the board when we're doing these MVPs. Because I don't hear anything for Schwarber, for example. Not that he deserves it over Shohei Ohtani, but his numbers are comparable to that of Cal Raleigh's.
Yeah, he's been a dog this year. It's true.
Yeah, he has his 50 plus. He's hitting in the same batting average range as Cal Raleigh. Obviously, different positions. He's the catcher. Raleigh's the catcher.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're leaning on the most. That's the angle that they're
but I just
voting for him.
I just want to see consistency across the board when we're doing these arguments. And for me, if you have to argue this hard for a player over another player, then that means that you know in your heart of hearts Judge deserves it, but you have to fight for this guy.
It's true. It's like me when we were doing that breakdown, with the Crawford Canelo, everything pointed for me to pick Crawford, and I decided to. If I'm struggling too much, if you're struggling, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah, the best argument I saw for Judge, honestly, and it was a funny one, is if you take off, like, what was it? I think it was like some OPS number, 180 OPS from Cal Raleigh, he becomes an average player. If you take off 180 OPS from Aaron Judge, he becomes Cal Raleigh, which is crazy. And that's how much of a clearance I think Aaron Judge has over the MVP race. But like I said, I'll be happy for Raleigh either way. He's having a season that should be celebrated.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hate the fact that he's gonna win MVP and none of that stuff, because at the end of the day, you do want to still celebrate baseball in the historic moments. But let's not act like Judge isn't having a historic season, winning a batting title at his size with 50 home runs and possibly, who knows what he does in October, but we'll see.
Which is the thing that matters to me the most.
Yes.
It's what he does in the postseason. So.
Yeah, but without that regular season, we don't make it to the postseason.
Exactly.
A lot of times we forget about that.
100%. But
a lot of times we forget about that.
In order to be an all-timer.
That's true. You're right. Yeah. And regardless, we're Yankee fans. You're right. I settled right there. I'm not. I think that we shouldn't expect him to hit 450. You know what I'm saying? But
no,
he can if he continues the same level of production though, we're good. They're hitting above 300, and I feel like this is the season where he's like, yo, that's it. It's a wrap. I made it to the World Series, and we collapse on that. It's not happening this time. I believe in him. And when he was struggling, I still believed in him, and we're only going to go as far as he takes us.
Yep.
Agreed. Who do you favor to? I think the NL is a little bit more. Is it deeper in the wild card, or is it the AL?
The AL is crazy right now. The NL is pretty much
is set because of the Mets are pretty far.
It's Mets, Reds, D-backs are still in there. They're a game back. So there's a little bit of a fight in the National League still.
But the AL
It's not as crazy.
Yeah, the
AL is
AL
like wide open.
because the AL has two divisions that are still wide open with the West, because technically Houston still has a shot there. And then the Central Division is still there. The AL East division is still open. Like all the divisions are up for grabs.
Wow.
Which I don't think we've seen. Like every single division plus the wild card, like still being wide open.
That's crazy.
Like nothing settled.
That is wild.
Yeah, that playoff picture might be completely different in 7 games.
Yeah.
Like what we're talking about right now is not gonna matter.
No.
7 games, it could be anything. It could just be.
And we was talking about Detroit being.
They were a lock.
Yeah.
I said that everything is pretty much set except for the wild card. I'm pretty sure I said that last time.
I compared them to OKC. And I guess now this is the reason why nobody was believing in this.
Lo que pasa con ellos, lo que quiero que mis Yankees lleguen para allá, porque I feel like it's gonna be good. We're hitting the right strides. So.
And I'm gonna say it publicly here. I texted it to you guys in the chat. I'm going with the Yankee sweep in the White Sox. There's no excuse for that one. If the Red Sox were to sweep the Blue Jays in this upcoming series, I promise to not say bad things about the Red Sox next season.
Yeah, right.
I also promise my next game at Fenway Park, I am going to loudly stand on a chair and sing Sweet Caroline in that 6th, whatever inning they do it.
Wow.
I will record it. I will post it. I'm not going to wear Red Sox out. I'm not going to go that far.
I thought you were going to take it.
Hell no. Nah, never that.
I mean,
I will be the loudest person at Fenway Park, but I need them to sweep the Blue Jays.
Look, you have great resolve, and I don't doubt that. Like when you put your mind to something, you can get it done. But I don't think this is something you can do, my man. I don't think you can go 162 games without cursing them out. I don't even care if you get it off during the off season. I feel like May's gonna happen, and you just about to go off. I can't stand these Red Sox fans. I can't. I don't know, B. This might be a tall ask. I don't think you actually believe that they're gonna sweep the Blue Jays. I think they're gonna take 2 out of 3. I think you believe that as well. That's why you're saying this.
I need a sweep.
And I'm guessing you're saying next season, not this season, because we might see them in the playoffs later.
Yes.
Okay.
And if next season we see them in the playoffs, he's gonna eat them up. I can't wait for Rob Duran rants to come out. So I can't wait for that to be a segment. Rob Duran's rants.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That's gonna be hot smoke. And we can't have that without the Red Sox involved. So
Yeah.
I know if he wanted 2 out of 3.
We'll see.
Yeah. For people out there that may not be familiar with Rob's rant game, might be one of the best rants out there, man.
He just salivated. If you play back the last 15, go back 15 seconds. He goes, oh. We talk about yourself. He's like, I can't wait till I rant either.
We'll see.
Bertles the rant.
I think he ranted one time, and that was our most successful video.
Oh, I'll be having that first class seat to hear these voice notes of these going off.
You know what it is? I got a live stream during a game.
Oh, wow.
And that's when you'll see like a genuine, real, like
a real reaction.
Yeah, because when I'm texting y'all during like these games, like that's for real. Like that's all emotion, bro.
All caps, by the way.
Yeah.
Just record yourself, and then get clips out of that because these are golden, B. They're missing out on some cool.
I don't think people understand how invested I am when it comes to baseball and the Yankees in particular, bro. Like I'm all in.
He ain't lying.
Nah, not at all.
But I guess stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Might be coming soon. Hopefully not.
Next time we talk on this about baseball, we'll be in the playoffs by then. properly.
Mm-hmm.
So
and hopefully what we're talking about is who the Yankees are going to face in that first round.
Yeah.
What that playoff picture is going to look like. So
we'll be back.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Cesar, who are you looking for at the NFL? Top game. Just one.
Well, right now it's what do you mean, like in the
best game? Best game on Sunday.
This upcoming Sunday or the one that passed?
No, the one coming up.
Well, right now the Lions and Ravens are playing, so this week hasn't been officially done yet. I think I would have to look at the schedule and get back to you with that because I have not looked up the games because I'm still mourning the Packers freaking loss, and they I don't think I think every Packer fan right now is very disgusted with
no one expected that L. No one expected that L. And
it was a choke job.
And talk to me about the Giants and Russell Wilson. Don't get me wrong, it's the Chiefs, but that performance was crazy. 39 yards in the first half is wild.
Yeah.
2 interceptions is wild, B.
Let Russ cook.
Yeah, it's not looking good. And the Packers also, they proved to me that they're still not ready. Doesn't seem like it. But they have time to turn it around. Yeah,
They do. Hopefully this gave them a little wake-up call. Maybe they didn't play as hard because it's the Browns. They was feeling themselves and shit like that. Hopefully that's the case.
Hopefully.
Because the defense did their thing.
Yeah, the defense has been showing up the whole year so far, but
you don't pick up a Micah Parsons and not take advantage of that, B. Because you're supposed to have your a QB is supposed to be your future QB for a minute now. My man only put up 10 points against the Browns. So
yeah. I mean, they have a good defense, but still, like, they should have handled them. They should have handled their business. They were up by 10. There's no excuse for you to let that lead go away and lose in the manner that you did. It's terrible.
I'm sorry for bringing that up, man. You look sad now.
Yo, you sad in this motherfucker crazy, bro. Like the morale in this video just.
I was not expecting this turn.
Immediately, son. We should have left the NFL alone, B.
There's a reason why I didn't bring it up.
My bad, bro.
My man ready to just call it quits now. He about to open up a Pacifico right now, B.
I didn't even want to share. I haven't even looked up the schedule. I have not even looked up the schedule for week 3.
Yo, you asked him what's gonna be the top game on Sunday? He said, "Well, right now it's Monday and the Ravens are playing." What the fuck does that have to do with what he just asked you, B? You're not even. He didn't even want to go to Sunday. You're like, yo,
it's still Monday.
I just got my heart broken. This week ain't even end. And he asked me about it. He had to remind you before he answered your question. Like, this week ain't even over, B. I haven't even been able to like digest what happened.
Yep.
My bad, bro.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'll leave you with this. I think the Jets are going to pull off a 5-game winning streak.
Oh, my. Really?
Okay.
Look at the schedule. 5 games.
I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm not going to lie. But the Jets are terrible, B.
They haven't been playing too bad.
They've been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Except for that last game.
That you look at on the schedule,
week 2.
And
they had a terrible week 2.
Yeah. Week 2
was... You were like, the White Sox, it's a sweep. The Jets are that team that you look at, all right, we got this. That's what the Packers did to the Browns. They said, yeah, we got this.
Facts. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. Everybody talking about, oh, the Packers might go to the Super Bowl. That shit was making me so nervous. I hate when they're talking good about my team. I hate it.
Isn't that what you said?
Who, me?
Didn't you say that?
Nah, I don't think I said that.
We have to go back. Roberto, you ain't got no receipts?
I have to check.
Did we record on football? after they
No,
won?
we haven't. We haven't.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Thank
think
God.
we have. Unless we did like a preseason thing. I think we did do a preseason thing. We got to look at that one.
Thank God.
You're gonna have to open up the next episode with Cesar going off. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he said the Packers winning the Super Bowl. We're gonna put this side by side. Yo, that was a bad L, but I still got I got confidence in your team. They'll make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
They got plenty of time to right this shit. 13-3 is not a bad record.
Oh,
He's ready to throw them out.
talk to me on Wednesday.
Yo, I was walking with this
I-
dude.
I was just gonna
2 weeks ago.
say a team that does look for real though, and they're kind of like a little bit of a surprise. The Seattle Seahawks. Shout out to them. Their defense looks legit, very elite, and Sam Darnold is proving that he wasn't a. It wasn't like a
Not-
1 year fluke type
not a
thing.
fluke, yeah.
He's actually looking good. It's in another uniform. So
Speaking of surprises, let's talk about the Colts. If that's the case,
the Colts, right? That's another.
let's talk
Team.
about the Colts.
They looking like a wagon too.
They 3-0 and their QB
Yeah.
supposed to be was a scrub last year. The
Danny
year before.
Dimes.
And that man's QBR is above 100 for the last 3 games. Outperforming Josh Allen, outperforming Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
That dude is outperforming a lot of QBs right now. He looking like the same thing that like New York can't foster great quarterbacks. Like New York is a piece of shit for quarterbacks.
Yep.
Yep. So this looking like
Change of scenery does wonders, man.
mm-hmm.
So Seahawks and Colts in the Super Bowl.
Damn. You really upset with your team, B. I had no faith in these motherfuckers.
Oh man. But yeah, Danny Dimes definitely looking good. He had a good mentor, he had Eli Manning, so I'm pretty sure Eli is ecstatic watching this. It's always good to see your students do well.
5-game winning streak. Write it down.
Wow.
It starts
I'm not-
right now. There's like this week, this new week
Yep.
coming up.
Against the Dolphins.
All right.
Wow.
With Tua turned the ball over.
Tua turn the ball over.
They played actually pretty well against who they played? Was it the Chargers?
I don't know.
No. It was a division team. The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. They played. They actually they covered the spread, the Vegas spread, but they be disrespecting the Dolphins. They had them like 12 points or some shit like that. But yeah, we could talk football Wednesday.
That though? On that note, fellas, it's good being here. Last
It was a
minute
great
episode,
time.
by the way, for those that made it this far. We weren't scheduled to record today, and we jumped in. So I appreciate y'all for doing this. I know the long day I've had today. I needed this. I'm glad I was able to do this with y'all. So thank you. I'm grateful to y'all.
Perfect. And I just want to, give a couple cliff notes to my mans that I know stayed the entire time. Terrence Crawford ain't run, Papa. Terrence Crawford ain't run. Big shout out to our guy, B.
My number one fan.
Yep. And Aaron Judge is the MVP, the real MVP. That's all I'm gonna say.
Congratulations to Cal Raleigh.
You heard it here first.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, argue with us. I'm ready
Yes.
for the smoke.
Save
MLB
those
playoffs are
DMs is
coming up.
open. Y'all heard them.
Yep.
Excited. Talk y'all shit.
Yeah. I love that shit. I love it. That means people are tuning in, which I love. And shout out to Bad Bunny.
Talk about history. Talk about history. That
There.
dude right there.
And Cardi B too. Shout out to her.
Espérate. Explícame eso.
No, she came out with a new album, and
Okay.
I fuck with it.
All right. Give me some context, my man. I didn't even know she was going to pop up. I thought you were going to mention Stephon Diggs, too.
Oh, congratulations to her and to Cardi
That's
B.
what I
and
thought you were
Stephon
talking
Diggs.
about.
Oh no, I'm talking about professionally.
I think she won her lawsuit, too.
She did.
Yeah. She's on the streak right now. So shout out to Cardi B.
I'm gonna give I guess we're shouting out artists. Justin Bieber, go on tour, bro, so I could go buy tickets.
Yo, I love his double album, man. That's my shit. And shout out to Mickey Den too, doing big things.
Word.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
We talking about album releases.
If you haven't tuned in, tune in.
That's right. Bachata, by the way.
Y dile si no te gusta, bebé.
Así no te gusta, bebé. Pero
Sí, ya.
tanto decora.
Peace out. Thank you for watching the Rob Duran Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you episodes every week.